Hello, I'm Michael Finn, holistic exercise and lifestyle coach, and today I'm going to talk about the upper abs, or what a lot of people refer to as the six-pack. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to develop your six-pack, as well as how strong you need to get your upper abs so that you can be strong and healthy and do all the things that you need to do throughout your entire life. So I'm going to teach you how to keep them strong throughout your whole life so that you can get up off the floor, so that you can get out of the car, so you can pick things up. So because we need these upper abdominal muscles to have a certain amount of strength in them to do everything else. Now, if you're an athlete, you need them to be at least this strong as well, and depending upon what kind of athlete you are, they might need to be additionally strong. All right? And then I'm going to have other videos for the obliques and the low back and the hip flexors and some other muscles related to the core structure itself or the torso, because they all need to be equally strong so that everything functions together properly. All right? So, but in this video I'm going to primarily show you how to progress to develop your six-pack and when your six-pack is strong enough to actually function normally in life. Okay, so first, number one rule. When you try these exercises on your own, if you have any pain in your body at any point in time, stop immediately. Okay, that's number one rule, because if you have pain doing these simple exercises, it's because you are lacking segmental stability, which means you can't stabilize the joints in your spine. Okay, and these are deeper muscles that I'm not going to get into in this particular video. Everything all needs to work together. You have over 600 muscles in your body. They all need to function together. And I can't teach that all in like one video. This is why I work with people one-on-one. So that I can develop those muscles that need to be developed. So if you have pain doing these, stop, contact me, contact a Czech practitioner, contact a physiotherapist or a rehab specialist, and tell them that you have pain doing this particular motion, and they will know what needs to be addressed. All right? So that's rule number one. Rule number two is when you're doing this exercises, you want to draw your belly button in. This does not mean that we're going to be flexing, even though we are going to be a little bit of flexing, but this means actually drawing your belly button in. And the best way I've been able to describe that for people so that they get the idea is if you're trying to put on a really tight pair of jeans and button them, people don't crunch to do that. People typically lay down on the bed and they draw their belly button in as tight as they can. Okay, so that they make themselves really small around the middle. That's drawing your belly button in, and that's activating all of the stabilizer muscles along your spine, and that's what needs to happen first. Okay, so that's very important there. And then ideally, it's great to have the tongue on the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth. It goes there when you swallow, and that's going to stabilize a lot of the muscles and the joints in your neck through the hyoid muscles, which are all attached to the back of your tongue. All right, so those are the rules. Belly button in, tongue on the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth, and if you have pain, stop immediately. Okay, contact someone because you really need to get fixed from the inside out. All right, so here we go. So, first exercise. This is pretty much the easiest thing. If you have difficulty doing this, definitely contact me or somebody else for help. So we're going to be laying flat on the floor on our back, legs out straight. I'm going to hold my left arm straight up towards the ceiling. My right arm is going to be down on the side. I'm going to draw my belly button in. I'm going to be talking, so I can't keep my tongue on the roof of the mouth, but that's where it should be. And all I want you to do is start to sit up, go onto your right elbow, and then come all the way up to a tall seated position without your legs coming up off the floor or anything like that. And then slowly lower yourself all the way back down to the floor gently. Okay? Just like that. Nice exhale as you draw that belly button in and sit all the way up. And inhale as you slowly lower it all the way back down. All right? If you can do that, great. If you can do that 15 times on each side, perfect. You've mastered level 1. Okay? Level 2 is no arm on, not using your elbow on the floor. So now level 2 is basically just sitting straight up in the same way without going onto your right elbow and lowering yourself back down. Okay, now right now we're kind of doing one side at a time, but I would want you switching sides, so you need to be able to do equal numbers on each side, okay? And remember I said 15, we don't need to be doing a ton of repetitions. I'll explain that in the end, and how many repetitions we really need to be doing. On this one, if you can do 15 repetitions on each side, done. You don't need to do this exercise anymore, you can move on to level 2. And level 2 is not using that elbow. Okay? Level 3, when you can do level 2 good, level 3 is arms straight up towards the ceiling and do what I like to call a Frankenstein monster sit-up, where we draw that belly button in, we exhale, and we sit all the way up into a tall seated position. So I want you trying to come up as tall as you possibly can and roll forward on your hips. And then nice big inhale as you slowly lower yourself back down. Don't just flop on the floor. Use those abdominal muscles to slowly lower yourself back down on the floor. Alright? So that's level 3. When you can do 15 of level 3, or at least close to it. If you're a couple short and you're anxious to move on to the next level, go for it. Once again, follow the rules. Don't have pain, draw the belly button in, keep the tongue in the roof of the mouth. That's level 3. Level 4 is arms across the chest. Same thing, big exhale. Draw that belly button in, sit all the way up, come up to a tall seated position nice and slowly, and then inhale and slowly lower yourself back down. It should take about 2 seconds at least to go each direction. I like to go 2 up, so we're going to go 1001, 1002, coming up, and I'm going to go 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004 on the way down. That way we actually develop more strength on the way going back down. So nice and slow, okay? So that was level 4. Okay? When you can do at least 10 of those, preferably 15, you can move on to level 5. Level 5 is how much strength everybody should have in their upper abdominal walls. So we're going to take our fingertips and we're going to put them right behind our ears. So we're not holding onto our head. I've just got my fingertips right behind the flap of my ear there. So I'm just touching the back of my ear and that's it. Okay, with the elbows out to the side so that they're pretty close to the floor. And then we're going to take a little breath in. We're going to exhale. We're going to draw that belly button in. And we're going to slowly sit all the way up. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to slowly lower all the way back down to the floor. Okay? We're going to exhale and all the way up. And we're going to inhale all the way back down. Now that might be a little difficult. You see my legs move a little bit. And that's because my upper body is fairly heavy. And my lower legs are not heavy because I'm a sprinter, so I try to keep my lower legs as light as I possibly can for faster leg speed. And so my legs move just a little bit up off of the floor, but for the most part they stay pretty still. Alright, so big exhale, going up, big inhale, coming back down. Okay, and that's level 5. If you can do 10 or 15 of those, well then you have good normal abdominal, upper abdominal or 6-pack muscle worth of strength, and then we can move on from there and develop it more that way, okay? Now, I'm saying 10 or 15 repetitions because this is what's called a phasic muscle. It's designed for power. It's used in throwing a ball, and it's used for keeping you upright when you're sprinting. It allows you to give stability to your spine while you're moving your legs underneath you. So It's not about crunchy, crunchy, crunchy for thousands and thousands of repetitions. All that typically really does is wear people's spines out. We don't want to do that. Now, if you're in some military testing competition or blah, 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 and they have you got to do 200 crunches in 2 minutes or whatever, well, then you might need to actually train for that. But I also know a lot of those competitions allow you to do planks for a long period of time instead, which are much better and don't wear out your spine. So train in planks. Look for a video on planks on my site here, okay? So this is the way you can develop your six-pack to make it nice and strong and developed. So please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button. You can always message me on Instagram. I'm MichaelFinn490. You can do a little DM right there, and that way if you got any questions or anything like that, they'll come right to me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I get lots of questions all the time. All right, so practice, find what level you're at. You can do these exercises 2 or 3 times a week because you need to rest in between, and that way you can develop and get your six-pack nice and strong the way it should be. Okay? Hope you all have a happy and healthy day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.